Hey guys, you're with me, Kevin, your scuba professional, and today we're here to review the Mares Dual ADJ 52X air system. So first off, we see it comes in this Mares box, which is great. But one of the things I'd like to point out, which is quite cool as far as the box is concerned, is this funky little sticker there, which is certified performance at 200 meters and proven technology at 400 meters. That means that this 52X air system, which is in here, that first stage, is certified to operate at a depth of 200 meters, making this a full tech rig if you wanted to use it. Proven technology at 400 meters. So they've tested this at a pressure of 400 in a pressure chamber, and that first stage still works really well. So let's unbox it to see what's going on inside. So pull that tag out the way to open it up to see and go, here's our regulator. I'm not going to chuck it around too much. In the box itself, there's a whole bunch of other little interesting things, like we can recycle that box and that, and warranty, we can recycle that, and an instruction manual, we can definitely recycle that, and there's also another service thing, but you must always hand your gear in to be serviced at a technician, so we can recycle that. And here's a few other little things. So look, I did read that instruction manual a while ago, and it's all going to be recycled and composted, and life will be good. But let's check out the air system itself, because that's why we're here today. So I'm going to start with the first stage and work my way down to the second stage. So the first stage is the Mares 52X air system. So you can have a look at it there. It's quite a compact air system. Feel of hand is, it is, compared to the travel ones, relatively heavy, but that's because of the amount of technology that's been built into this. There's a lot of parts squashed into this little area, and it's made of a super high grade brass chrome plated material. So this is a balanced first stage, meaning the pressure on each side of the chamber is equal, so that allows maximum airflow to the diver, no matter how much air is in the cylinder or what depth the diver is at. It has ergonomically designed or directionally pointed high pressure and low pressure points. So your low pressure hoses have already been adjusted to face in the correct direction. So when this is connected to your first stage at the back, the hoses are already orientated to come straight over and give you air, which makes it quite comfortable. There's 4 low pressure ports there. So you've got for your primary, your octa, your BCD inflator hose, and you've got an extra one there as well if you wanted to have additional, but any other hose you wanted, an additional power inflator hose for an SMB. And you got 2 high pressure ports there as well. You could have one for your analog gauge and one for an air transmitter. So it's quite a lot of ports that they've got there. It works with the DFC dynamic flow control system, so that just changes the way the air travels through the air system by an extra hole in one of the chambers, and that allows a really good flow of air with minimum resistance down the hose to the regulator itself. One of the things I really like about this new air system that they've developed is in this first stage over here, they have a dry chamber. So if this does get wet when it's not connected to the cylinder, water does not get into that first stage, which I think is a really good idea. You want to make sure that this first stage stays as environmentally sealed and as dry as possible and free of contaminants. Quite often people get a drop of water inside their first stage, connect it to the cylinder, turn it on, and that forces water into the first stage, and that's what causes this regulator to leak. If you've ever connected one of these rigs and you hear bubbling out of your regulator, that's an indication that a droplet of water is in your first stage, and we refer to it as interstage pressure creep. So that means the pressure in here builds up above 15 bar, drains down the hose, and overpressurizes down your second stage. So it's always a good idea to make sure this stays dry, but this new technology built in over there, keeping it dry, I think is a really great idea. Comes with your dust cap as well. There is a hose protector, and Mares using their new braided hoses, which have been tested at all sorts of depths, so it's a really good quality hose. Onto the second stage itself. This is the Dual ADJ second stage. You get the Dual and the Dual ADJ. The ADJ means you can ADJ adjust it, which is quite cool. So you have this little accelerator knob, I like to call it the accelerator, on the left hand side here, so you can increase or decrease the flow rate of air. So if you find that the regulator is breathing a bit hard, you can dial it up and it'll give you a nice big breath of air, which is great. If you find that you're getting too much air and you're hyperventilating, you just dial it down, and that creates a little bit more breathing resistance and tends to calm a diver down if you're hyperventilating. The exhaust tee at the bottom is really wide, so that will allow for the bubbles to travel quite far past your face and they're not going to interfere with the diver while you're diving. And it also has the new version, they call it the PAD, the pneumatic assisted design. It used to be the VOD, the vortex assisted design. That's this little bump on the side of the regulator. So as the air comes out, it's got two paths to choose to go. It can go through the main part of the rig and over the top. And as those two channels of air meet, it stops that little whirlwind that happens in the middle of the rig, which quite often causes regulators to free flow. So that's why this regulator does not have the dive pre-dive. It doesn't need it because of the PAD, the pneumatically assisted design section it's got here. It has quite a nice big purge button on the front, so pretty much that whole section over there where it says Mars is a rubber purge button, so you can push that anywhere, and it's got a good feel of hand. I really like the trim they've put around the outside. It's not chrome, sort of like a plasticky chrome plate that they've put over there, but that does look really funky. And the way this faceplate is being designed is to deflect the water around the regulator. So there's a very small chance, or hardly any chance at all, that this regulator will free flow if swimming into a strong current. So that's the reason that's been designed over there. And as I mentioned, the 52X is rated to 200 meters. So the first stage rated to 200 meters and proven in tests to perform at 400 meters underwater. So you're never going to have any issues with this diving as a recreational diver to any depths at all. If you're at 40 meters with this first stage on your octo, two divers could breathe from this first stage and you wouldn't even notice any resistance of breathing from you donating that area as the primary diver because of the performance of this first stage. So overall, I think this is a really great rig. It's designed to work on air and nitrox up to 40%. It can do trimix and higher percentages of nitrox if it is oxygen cleaned, but as it stands out the box, nitrox up to 40 and standard air as well. So overall, I think this is a great mid to high end range regulator for any diver that's doing a lot of diving. Service intervals once a year for Mares, and we send it into the Mares agents to be done, and it's really not that expensive. Mares having some really good backup service in South Africa, being one of the biggest brands currently sold in the country at the moment. So there's that review, the Mares 52X first stage with the Mares Dual ADJ adjustable second stage, an unbeatable combo for any serious diver. If you guys are enjoying the product reviews, please feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that little button over there. Give us a subscribe. The more followers we have, the more YouTube videos we're going to do, because we want to review every bit of scuba gear on the planet. So give us a like. Please do it now. Like. Click now. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. You can also check out all our social streams at facebook.com/scuba.co.za, and you can also give us a search on Instagram, Twittergram, and all the other Grammy Whammies and all the new things that are coming out. We'll keep you up to date with all the awesome things that we've got going on, promos on our website, as well as the trips and travels and tours that we've got on an ongoing basis. So that's it from me, guys, and I look forward to seeing you really soon in the water.